Hey everybody, Pat Mesiti, Saturday night. Well, what can one say? New South Wales, Dominic Perrottet. We held so much hope in you during the pandemic, and sadly, you were no different than the rest of them. And I'm going to say a lot more about this on Monday. It's a Saturday night and people are inboxing me and, whether I have any insight. I will say this. Number one, good riddance to biohazard. Number two, good riddance to a counterfeit Liberal Party, because that's what they are. Number three, the Liberal Party will end up with one of the most wokest, lefty, green-hugging, and a whole bunch of other things, leaders, if they elect McKean, and I believe they will. I actually predicted that. I said on these broadcasts, I was warning people that this guy is a bit like et tu Brutus, in the Liberal camp. He's not liberal at all. And basically, when you suppress people the way the Liberal Party has, and you got to also consider this is Scott Morrison's legacy. This is Scott Morrison's legacy. Scott Morrison single-handedly destroyed the Liberal Party of Sir Robert Menzies. No one to blame but you, Scott. And no amount of campaigning will ever forget the memories of the weak, woke, insipid leadership that you showed during the most trying times. You shut down our churches. You allowed premiers to run rogue. You propagated bodily procedures that now are being seen to be, ineffective, inept, dangerous, scary, all under Scott Morrison's watch. All under Scott Morrison's watch. And people are angry. On Monday, I'm going to be outlining a little bit of what I believe is going to happen. And the Liberal Party has completely lost their base. They have no idea who they are anymore. They're like, oh, me too. Oh, you guys written, oh, us too. You guys Zero Mission, oh, us too. The Voice, oh, us too. You're no different. And Dutton is as weak as water. I once thought he had some leadership. He's pathetic. We need to be praying for the likes of Mark Latham and Pauline and some of these other people. They've become the true conservatives holding any form of values that we have. And the worst is about to happen financially. I'm telling you, I've been saying to you guys for the last 2-3 years, get prepared. Let me just say that under a Labor and Matt Keane, who probably the shadow leader, we are in for the biggest sacrifice of our children, of our future, of our values, and our finances will be absolute turned to mush, because there is an attack on our farmers, this climate change cult that's out there. It is just really crazy. And, I want to thank the likes of Mark Latham in New South Wales. I want to thank him for standing up for conservative values, and Sir Malcolm Roberts and Pauline Hanson. And I just want to say to anyone out there, you'll put negative comments about them up there, it'll be deleted immediately. I won't tolerate it at all. But the Liberal Party stands for nothing. You stand for nothing. And you are falling for everything. And you've completely lost base. And again, if you trace this devastation, it goes right back to Scott Morrison. A man who was obsessed with power, obsessed with his own importance, headed up 6 or 7 governmental departments, pathetic. And to the people of New South Wales, it's going to be a tough time for you. For our nation, we are a completely red state. We are red. We are socialist red. Let me tell you the colours. Red and green, and it's not South Sydney. I was actually watching a game there tonight. The great leaders like John Sattler, who passed away this week, and condolences to him and his family, they don't exist anymore. They certainly don't exist in politics. They certainly don't exist in churches, I can tell you that much. Apart from a few voices out there, there's nothing really much. But it's up to you and I. I was absolutely in utter shock today as I saw a video of a 13-year-old boy dressed in all kinds of sexualized stuff with men cheering him as he did this kind of, striptease dance in front of grown men, and they're cheering this on. And our world's become so sick. And the church is still silent and still says nothing, doesn't speak out. Let me just remind pastors and leaders, you're the salt of the earth, you're the light of the world. And if the salt shall lose its flavour or its savour, it's useless. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And on Monday, I'm going to be talk about this more. And, I know some of you go, the election's rigged. Bull dust. Not rigged. So stop that nonsense. Just stop that nonsense. Stop it. It's ridiculous. There's no rigged elections. No one running around doing this and that and the other thing. They lost. And they deserve to lose. They deserve to lose for the weakness and wokeness that they have become. Sadly, I think someone once said that people don't get the government they want, they get the government they deserve. Today I was watching a football match, against a bit of a day off, and one of the coaches said, we deserve to lose. And this is because our nation has completely gone off track. Completely. Now, obviously, many of you listening to me, that doesn't apply to you. But you've got to admit, we are far from where we should be. And it seems like that pandemic opened up an amazing gateway for all of hell to vomit itself on us. Women have no rights. Women can't even speak without being shouted down by men. Men in costumes. And yet, Dan Andrews doesn't even side with women. He's siding with those that think they're women. Same thing with this bloke down there now, Chris Minns. You're in trouble. Same thing with Matt Keane. They are no different. They are no different. And we need to stand as a nation, pray for our nation. Tomorrow morning, please listen to me very carefully. On this platform on Reborn, if you want to hear a prophetic word about what's happening in our world, you need to tune in tomorrow. Pastor Mark Driscoll is going to be doing a session on progressive wokeness and the demonic entity that it is. And also tomorrow morning, what we're going to be doing, Pastor Mark has allowed us to give away his 140-page book study guide that goes along. It's like a 3-month study that he did on progressive wokeness, and that this is not something new. It's old demons in new days. So we're in a mess, and I really believe we need to stand and do something. And good to see my cousin Vince on there tonight. Good to see you there, Vince. We're in trouble. We're in trouble as a nation, and we need to protect our children. We need to protect our grandchildren. We need to protect our families. We need to protect our faith. So that's all I wanted to say tonight. I normally don't get up here on a Saturday night and do talks, but people are inboxing me and doing all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to come out on Monday. I'm going to expand on that. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning. Listen, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Brisbane time, 9 a.m. Sydney time. You don't want to miss this message. And in about 45 minutes, I've got to jump on a webinar to speak to some Italians in Europe. And by the way, I want to say this, congratulations to the Dutch farmers out there taking back their country. And we need to get behind our farmers in this country before these climate change cults that completely destroy our farming and our industry. So let's do what we can. We're going up to Burna, going out to Warwick, going out to some of these rural areas, seeing what we can do to help. And anyway, I just want to jump on and do a quick shout out. Please share this tomorrow morning. Get on at 8 a.m. or not, 8 a.m. Brisbane time, 9 a.m. Sydney time. It'll be posted up there anyway. And remember, we're doing a major giveaway of Pastor Mark Driscoll's study on progressive wokeness. Hey, thank you for tuning in tonight. I know it's a late one, but I just had to come and say a few words. God bless everybody.